Winner. It's goal! Celtic has scored!
Hello and welcome back to the sunny, surprising voice of the boys after a 2-week break.
You
know that? What happened before we went on that break? I think your title might have been right.
Crazy things happened. The intro today is from Valletta in Dubai to Glasgow. We are back and we are 4 points clear.
I didn't think we'd be saying that one, but yes, not just before we last spoke to you guys. It was obviously a very depressing episode, episode number 10. I was almost reluctant to say we were going to get anything. We were telling the defence not to do anything stupid, and we'll touch on that coming up. But 4 points clear, and we're coming back 2 weeks on and very happier. Before we touch on that though, episode number 11.
Episode number 11.
Good few number 11s I can think of. We've got the banter ones as in Dirk Brichter and Patrick Klamala to Leela Abada and Scott Sinclair.
I mean, I guess you could take your pick in whether you prefer banter or quality. If it's quality, you're looking for Leela Abada, you're looking for Scott Sinclair. If it's banter, well, you can't go any further on Dirk Brichter.
Oh, big sick note. Anyway, guys, before we go any further and we talk on the Derby game, let's talk on the free signings. So we signed Luis Palma.
I think we reported that it was going to happen. It was one of the closest ones to happening. Honduras International scored his first goal for Honduras, I believe,
at the weekend. If you also are following us on Twitter and things like that, when every Celtic do announce anything, I try my best to keep on the ball. Was actually out on deadline day and did report on a further one to come. But yes, Luis Palma signed on the Wednesday night. We were expecting a couple more to come in, and we were correctly so on that night.
Chris was worried. He was worried.
Nat Phillips travels all the way up from Liverpool and is now signed for us in a 6-month loan. He looks as if he's going to be the partner for Carter Vickers for the rest of the year.
When Nunoka didn't left out, which we'll touch on in the Champions League, you know he might be here.
And do you know what? It's a welcome addition for myself. I would have liked him more than 6 months, but understandably in high wages.
The talk about 6 months is after 6 months, Celtic and Liverpool are going to meet. They're going to rethink, see what's happening, and I do believe personally it will get extended because I don't think Nunoka will be anywhere near playing at that time. And as we've seen from Lagerbielke in the Glasgow Derby, well, we could be doing with some help.
Paulo Bernardo has signed on a year loan, which has also got a contract sort of agreement at the end of it, an option to buy.
It's not a requirement to buy, just
from Benfica for our pal Jota. This could be the second one. Centre mid,
young guy, creative player. No, look, we've not seen him yet. Obviously, I don't think he was in time to play in the Glasgow Derby. The same with Luis Palma. Luis Palma was on the bench. He could have played, but he didn't get the start. He didn't even come on as a substitute, but you know, a guy just through the door, you know, what can you expect?
So that's the three we were promised 5. Brendan Rodgers obviously said there was 3. We'll touch on a lot more of the transfer talk coming up, but they're the 3 that were announced. Moving on to Ibrox. Now, I've got the list. Obviously this is 2 weeks ago, and if you've been living under a rock, we might have to fill you in, but we'll just run through the positives and negatives really quickly, and then we'll give our thoughts on the game. Positives: Scales, aka Maldini, played out his skin, unreal. Maeda running riot. Hart had the best game in ages. Kyogo's finish is out of this world. Brilliant first time. Brilliant header back from Matt O'Reilly as well, maybe add as well. Negatives, not really many. The team played greatly overall, except Greg Taylor. I think that was a very strong performance from very weak Celtic side, and I think it says a lot about Rangers not taking advantage of that. Now look, we're not a Rangers channel, we're not touching on them. What we do need to touch on though is the goal that got chopped off.
Yeah, we need to touch on that.
Lagerbielke, for me, I think has been let off big time. Yeah. Now, and he is a young guy, and you've signed him for 3 million, but as I said to Jack at the time we watched the game together, you're spending 3 million on a guy, you don't want to sign a guy for development.
It's not a project you're looking for. You're looking for someone who, you know, you've got a defensive crisis. You're looking for someone who come in and is of a competent enough level to start and not make silly mistakes.
I think it's the laws of the game, and we've seen a lot of stuff reported on Twitter as well. It's the laws of the game. I think it was Dessers that went into him and kind of clipped his foot.
The way I look in the game of football should not be a foul. It shouldn't be a foul. However, by the rules of football, it is a foul for obstruction.
So fortunately, Gustav, you've been let off.
Yeah,
We'll back you because we'll always back the Celtic team, but for us,
yeah,
it's very soft.
I think it's soft. I don't think it should be foul.
But overall, the team done very, very well.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think what I said kind of made sense and it actually was right. The style that Rangers played against Celtic suited what Brendan Rodgers wanted to do a lot better. We were creating in that first half a lot of space in that midfield. Callum McGregor was running with the ball. He kind of played a wee bit of a role that was kind of under the radar, but he played really well. You know, he took the ball.
It was a performance that we needed from, as I'd said previously in the St Johnstone recap episode coming up to this game. We needed Kyogo and Callum McGregor to play well, and if they hadn't, you could have dropped either of them, and I think both of them have shown their quality. Right, they've had a couple of 2 bad games, the Kilmarnock and the St Johnstone. That one there has proved to me, Kyogo had 3 chances and he scored one of them. He could have had the second one.
Let's be honest, Kyogo, I think after Kyogo tried a back heel, everybody was kind of like, oh geez, what is Kyogo
But
doing?
then after that, if you remember correctly, through either luck or good reading of the game, Colin Goldson's cleared one off the line, and Kyogo then took the third chance. Perfect. So look, Kyogo for me, I think he's one of these strikers as well. You're going to need strikers, not always going to score. If you give him 2 chances,
if your striker could score one of every 3 chances, you would be laughing. Yeah, I think the way that we played and the way that Kyogo scored. Now I must admit, Kyogo's goal kind of comes out of nothing. It's not a goal where it's brilliant.
We thought he was offside, and we kind of half celebrated and expected VAR to pop up.
I don't think because there's no Celtic fans there's no cheering. Everyone's a wee bit like, well, what do we do? The ball goes through. He takes the goal very well, but we were kind of struggling at that time to create clear-cut chances. We'd created a couple with Kyogo, but apart from that, we were a wee bit worried. I think
also O was back for that game. I think he kind of passed up an opportunity to bury the ball.
Yeah.
Look, Celtic are one of these sides as well that we know through watching them throughout the years. They will have great opportunities to extend the lead over Rangers, and they just have had that opportunity there. We now don't play Rangers until the 30th of December. Look, that's 4 months away, and anything can change in those 4 months. Well, the best part about it is, right, I don't know why I cut you off, but the best part about it is
I ain't gonna know what yours is.
Michael Beale's changed his social media photo, and
I don't know if that is the best part, because I'd prefer Michael Beale stays for
but that's like Michael Beale's almost as in, I'm no sacked by the way, but I've spat the dummy out. So that's the best part. They've no sacked him, right? Now look at it, what I'm looking at as in, the Rangers fans want him sacked. Yep. And if any Rangers fans are here, by the way, we don't, right? We want to keep him as long as possible. But we can understand.
Rangers fans today, actually, and I think some of them were like, there's been a lot of overreactions. Well,
but you can understand why Rangers fans want him sacked.
No, well, look,
he's got a bit of a delusion about him. He's like, I've not spent any money, and he has.
He does, but look, see, at the end of the day, look, he's taken over. He took over a very hard transitional team. I think, look, this isn't a Rangers channel. I don't want to talk about Rangers too much because I really can't be bothered. But he took over a team where, look, I don't know whether it was the board's idea or his idea. Whoever sold Cholak is stupid because he's the best striker they have. Well, he was the best striker they had. They sold him with Palma or whatever they sold him with. So look, you're absolutely stupid for doing that and selling Sakala as well, who I thought Steve Sakala was playing against us at the week when we played them with the balls over the top. We could have had a tougher time.
Dessers is too slow,
but because they've put in Dessers and they've put in whoever Todd the
TikTok Todd
was playing.
I did like the video of him in Glasgow Airport getting pulled up. That was quite funny. He's been quite loud. Anyway, back to
all the Rangers fans moaning, oh, this is very unprofessional. He's not at his work. Do you remember the flight Jota and was it Carl Starfelt we were on last year?
Yeah.
Jota's wearing his hat, people taking his hat off and all sorts.
Rangers sticker.
It's all bad. Nobody was assaulted, nobody was hurt. I was in the airport at the same time actually.
Oh yeah.
Like they would come up on Twitter 5 minutes after I reported some breaking Celtic.
We need to touch on that. Well, we need to touch on that. Our friend Jack, was spotted near Beaton.
I was just standing waiting to go on the plane, go to London, and look up and near Beaton's walking off the plane. And I was like, what the hell is near Beaton doing here? And I got excited, and then obviously people were like, he's under contract.
We've been busy anyway on our holidays. You spotted near Beaton, and You spotted near Beaton in Glasgow Airport, and I get spotted at the Gibraltar end with my Celtic top on. Gibraltar Malta. Some guy tweeted it. What's there a Celtic fan doing with his Malta? With Celtic top on in Gibraltar end.
There's obviously a Celtic fan, isn't there, or something?
Aye. Well, we get spotted. Look, me and our pal had and as you follow us on Twitter, you must have seen them. Obviously, I get spotted, and I got our mate an Ange Postecoglou Hawaiian shirt last year. And look, if you're going to these occasions, you need to put something like that on.
You need to represent.
You need to represent the boys. Paradise Plaques, where you can find all your merchandise, Celtic memorabilia and stickers. Go to
www.paradiseplaques.co.uk for all your Celtic stickers. Thank you very much.
Let's move on, because look, to be perfectly honest, brilliant performance from Celtic. We're very, very proud of the team as always. We'll touch on what's coming up in fixtures.
As always.
Aye,
except from against St Johnstone or against Kilmarnock. But apart from that, we're proud now.
Champions League. This is something we did.
That's the first time we've talked since the draw.
This is the first time so I've watched it back and I've done all the notes. Don't worry about it. I'll do it.
I watched the draw as well, don't worry.
No, the draw. I've watched the last episode to see what we last spoke about 2 weeks ago before we were all sunning it up.
Because I must admit, sunning it up, I had a hard time. I was in a car crash, my flights were delayed 20 hours. I've had to pay extra money, I've done loads of stuff, but...
Did you hear that?
Yeah, no.
That's just Paul violin in the back.
Right, okay, go for it.
So, touching on the draw, and then we'll touch on the squad that we're going to take into the Champions League with us. The pot 1 team we got was obviously FEYENOORD.
Who we play in about 6 days?
5 days? 5-6 days, I think.
5 days.
18th. So we play them in 5 days. We've got FEYENOORD. The pot 2 team were Atletico Madrid, which we'll also touch on. The pot 3 being Lazio. Look, the FEYENOORD are obviously coming up. We'll touch on their team.
Lazio.
We'll touch on them. Lazio are back.
Lazio are back in Glasgow.
Make sure we all as I seen, I think it was another podcast.
Now, you could try and cancel me for that, but there's a picture of them walking down the street in Nazis.
Yeah, they're very fascist.
They're very fascist.
Let's put it this way: these are stabby locations, and we hope that whoever they are, Rotterdam, Madrid.
Madrid's not
Rome,
a stabby location.
It depends where you're going, and especially Atletico Madrid, everyone stay calm and everyone stay safe. And if you see us in Madrid, get us a pint. That's booked.
We booked Madrid, and we're going to try and be in the 3,000 tickets for the Wanda Metropolitana. We're going to try and be there.
So they've already put their home tickets in sale, but you can't buy the home tickets if you're outside of Spain.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, there's like a special thing done in Madrid. I believe.
So. It's going to be gold dust to get in, isn't it?
No, I think 3,000 will be good. And the thing I think is good about Madrid is that you guys can comment if you were in Madrid last year. A lot of people did Madrid last year. And probably will want to do Madrid again, but I feel like people would try to do Lazio and Rotterdam.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of... Obviously, people want to go to Rome and things like that. And people went to Madrid and things like that, but we haven't done Madrid.
We didn't do Madrid, we done last year.
We done Germany, so we want to go and do Madrid. Talking about the Champions League, where do you think we'll finish?
I want third. But for third, I believe we need to take the points. We need to at least a draw on Tuesday,
which we'll touch on Tuesday coming up. I think you need to definitely
need a draw, and we need 3 points at home against FEYENOORD. I think nothing less.
I think you can beat Lazio at home. I think we'll touch on the teams near the time.
If you can remember last time, you were falling downstairs and all that against Lazio.
Big Chris Julian, my man.
You were in your papa's arms.
Yeah. Well, that was Leipzig, but we'll take
Leipzig, yeah. Look, I think we need to beat Lazio. We don't need to beat. We need to take points at home.
I think that this is one of the teams that we could looking at the draw and things like that. We'll touch on the FEYENOORD team. I've got some notes about them coming up.
I don't write off Atletico Madrid and Madrid, but at the end of the day, that's the least likely fixture you can get points from there. And then Lazio.
We know as well. Atletico Madrid obviously are every single year. As much as they did a bad campaign last year, every single year they've got the superstars as in Antoine Griezmann, Memphis Depay.
They've lost João Felix.
Have they still got Memphis Depay or is he at Barcelona now?
I don't know if he's on loan. I'm back at Madrid. I know they've not got João Felix. João Felix is now at Barcelona.
So they've definitely got.
Look, they've got players that their value of their teams like
Sal
500
still there.
Sal, yeah, like guys like that.
They've definitely
Jan Oblak's still there.
They've still got the superstars. The Lazio maybe don't as much because they've gutted their team.
We've played Jan Oblak before. Or was that maybe with Scotland?
Probably would have been Scotland.
I'm thinking where was he if he was somewhere that we.
No, he's been at Madrid. The last time we played Atletico Madrid was 2011. So we've not played
before Madrid. There's a good question. Where was Jan Oblak? I'll search that. You talk, I'll search up where Jan Oblak.
I don't even know where Jan Oblak was before. I think was he not in Spain, Valencia or something?
I'm thinking...
Anyway, no, I think Madrid are going to top the group. I think, as much as I'd like to say Celtic get second, Lazio are going to get second, I'd like to say we're going to do something against Feyenoord.
Well, look, we could maybe take second. Look, if you take 6 points against Feyenoord and you take 3 points against Lazio at home,
Aye, but we failed in this rabbit hole before.
I'm not saying anything, but then you could second's a possibility. Is it Benfica?
Was it
Benfica? Then he was at Rio Ave, or I don't think Benfica B. Atletico Madrid.
Nah, I think we've failed in this rabbit hole before, especially with Shakhtar last year. It's not happening.
Aye, I know about that time. We couldn't finish our own dinners. The amount of chances we had against Lazio,
I know, but
and Kyogo,
we're very reliant now.
If we'd have finished our chances, we would have beat them twice.
But this is now. This is what I'm going to ask you. Do we have a stronger Champions League team last year or this year?
I think it depends how much addition Luis Palma, Bernardo, Nat Phillips. I know that I'm basically mentioning all the new guys, but I think it depends how much. Because I think, if this guy Luis Palma comes in, he's as good as everybody says he is, you don't really miss Jota that much. And who else did we lose?
Giacomakis, right. Juranovic.
I'm not counting Giacomakis, Juranovic.
Aye, because they were in the
squad
last
but
time.
I'm not counting. I'm counting the...
Aaron Moy.
Right, for Aaron Moy, right, there's one. But that Paul Bernardo might be, how you say his name, might be,
So, with the Champions...
Fair enough, Juranovic. I think Alistair Johnson's better
with the Champions League squad, looking at it, you can tell that this won't maybe bite us this year. I think we've got enough to get through to the Europa League, but in further years it will. We've still got guys that in the squad because we need them for the homegrown. As I said, the homegrown. You've got Mikey Johnson and you've got James Forrest and you've got
which may be the reason why we've led to the.
We've left out from the squad Bernabé, so we've only got one left back. We've only got Greg Taylor.
Liam Scales to play.
Can play there, but we've seen how bad he was against Bordeaux Glimt, so we maybe don't want to jump down that.
Wait now. Liam Scales. Maldini. Where did Maldini also play? Wing back positions. There we go.
And the Rocky's obviously been left out. He's injured for the duration of the first 6 months.
3 or 4 months, is it?
Yeah.
He's out for, so he misses the full groups.
I think it was either a debate between him or Carter Vickers, and when Carter Vickers comes back, he's the first.
Carter Vickers has got more of a chance of returning, I believe, in being fit than the Rocky, and he's your essential player. He's your most valuable player, so yeah.
And Marco Tellio's been left out.
I don't know what's happening with Marco Tellio. He's been on grass for a couple of weeks, I've heard. He's been...
Brendan Rodgers more or less says that he will be he'll be training as soon as he'll be put in when it's necessary, but he's training as much as he can. I'm definitely very excited to see him. I think he's been one of these ones as soon as it was announced.
It was hype.
It was Australian League. He was doing really well. We've still got that Australian player.
I'm just on flashbacks to Daniels, aren't I?
I hope you're wrong because he's been very, very hyped up, and we've
the
signed
boys
him.
Obviously had injuries. I'm not saying he's terrible. He's had injuries. So did Daniel Zani. Had a couple of bad injuries as well.
And he's signed up permanently.
I just think now, look,
we've not got him on loan. This is
he's a permanent player. But look, he takes a bit of time. He might be looking at a team where he's got Lewis.
You've got
Palma.
Louis.
He's going to have Lila Bada. He's going to have Diaz Almeida. He's going to have
Forrest Johnson.
I'm not even putting them in front of
him. But they're in the Champions League squad.
Exactly. So you've got guys.
You need to put them in front because
I know they're in. So you've got guys who are ahead of him. So look. It all depends when he comes back, how he's going to come back into things and how he will assimilate into the team. But look, the way I'm looking at it is we might not be as strong as we were last year, but I don't think we are much weaker.
I think that game at Ibrox, don't want to touch back on that, we've moved on from that, but that shows you what we can do under pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that...
I think the problem is that you're saying this, I totally agree. But what have we proved in the past? And this is what we've been proved in the past. And I will say it, and you will 100% agree because it's 100% correct. Big teams take their chances. They're clinical. They are very, very clinical. We would have been about 3-0 down to a team like Atletico Madrid if we give Atletico Madrid the amount of space we give Rangers in behind.
Oh, we're done.
We will concede goals. And I'm just saying that.
We're lucky Joe Hart was on his toes that day, because if Joe Hart wasn't, it could have been a different game.
It could have been. And look, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but we know the Champions League's a different ballgame. We're going from playing against guys who are 6 million duds, not naming any names, to guys who are 50, 60, 70 million pound strikers. Antoine Griezmann is not going to miss chances.
Is that Danilo or Dessers? I couldn't make up my mind.
Well, there you go, that's a good question.
O'Reilly, obviously there was a bid rejected from 10 million for Matt O'Reilly.
He's here.
Championship or Champions League, that was the question Leeds were asking him, and he went, I'm going Champions League.
Yep.
So
He'll get a bigger move next year.
him and Tatati are still in contract talks. They've just started up for Matt O'Reilly. Tati's obviously says he wanted to wait until after the transfer window's ended. Obviously there's been international duty.
It's now over. That is now over, Rio,
pen and paper, we know where you are. We've done this for the last 10, 11 episodes. Get the contract signed. Get it signed. Dermot, if you're watching your pretzels, what I know you are, get him to sign that paper.
So I actually had a message from Michael Nielsen.
Oh, right.
Michael
Nicholson. You don't even know who's on, right?
Michael Nicholson.
On you go.
Michael Nielsen's a different guy, and he was telling me his snack of choice is grapes.
What a weird character.
Get it on.
Right, let's touch on Dundee. So Dundee we play on Saturday. They are currently 6 with 5 points. As we've said, we're 4 games in.
I'm not writing anything else.
In the air, am I?
No. Now, I must admit, I was more confident for the Rangers game. You would have seen the podcast. I thought we'd have got something. I was happy. But I'll go back to the way I was against St Johnstone. I'm not going to be overconfident.
Do you want me to run through some of the players? Or?
Well, wait, I'm just wanting to tell you that I'm not overconfident. Before anything happens, I'm not overconfident. Go for it.
Right, I think that we will do something, but I'm going to touch on the players first. They've got cut in goals. They've just signed Trevor Carson, so he's
Carson, that guy.
Scott Tiffany, obviously they signed from Partick Thistle. Yep. Zach Rudden, Cammy Kerr, Ricky Lamy they signed from Motherwell.
Ricky Lamy's been about.
I personally would like to say that
don't say no, please.
We should win.
No,
I'm not
saying.
Say it again. Look, I'm not sitting here. Nat Phillips will be in. Nat Phillips will play in the second.
But the way now, right? I know you're saying that's right, but that doesn't matter. The game against St Johnstone and the game against Dundee, the problem against Kilmarnock, the problem wasn't the defending. We can't even blame it on the players that were missing at the back. We couldn't finish the ball to save ourselves.
But I think after that Ibrox game, that's something that we all needed an uplift. And we've seen that before with Celtic teams. We've seen that where we've been kind of low and we've went into a big game and we've pulled the result out, and that's kind of kept us on.
We're going back to a team here right now who's going to play that style of football that we don't suit. They're going to put everyone behind the ball. And now it's not whether can you unlock the door. Kyogo's not going to get that much space in behind. Now we need to find the pass that's
I think Chloe Palmer's going to play and be brilliant. I think Hatati's meant to be either back. Now, this is the thing, I would say for Hatati for FEYENOORD.
Yeah. Buzzing for FEYENOORD. I'm buzzing.
We'll touch on FEYENOORD in a minute.
How much are we going to touch on here?
That's it, FEYENOORD, and then we're done.
Good. I just think, look, we've been 2 weeks off from Celtic. I'm sitting here talking about all that stuff that make me nervous. I just want to get back in the field, back scoring goals. Let's see Lewis Palmer, let's see Paulo Bernardo, whatever his name is. Paulo Nutini could be for all I care. And to get in the field and score the goals. Go for it.
Bernardo, I think, will play. I think Katati's going to come back. I think Katati might be in the bench.
Wait now, though. See, if you're saying the 2 guys come back, you're going to drop 2 midfielders.
You're only dropping 2. What you're going to do is, and I'll talk you through it, right?
David Turnbull.
And everyone, and watch this, TikTok, right? You listen to this, right? Was I right about Harry Maguire last night? I was right about Harry Maguire last night.
Well, you're right about Celtic with St Johnstone. Right, go for it, go.
What we're going to do is Cal McGregor in the usual role.
6.
Matt O'Reilly and Paulo Bernardo. Rio Hatati will come on with about 20 minutes to go. And they'll save Rio Hatati for the European game.
Rio Hatati. He's going to be pinging back. Can imagine him against FEYENOORD, by the way. And by the way, something we've not mentioned about FEYENOORD. We'll touch on FEYENOORD. St Johnstone, I think it'll be 3-0. No, stop. I'm saying St Johnstone. He doesn't even know we're playing.
Dundee will be 3-0. I think it'll be. I think it's going to be one of those games that you're. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those.
I'm waiting for you to say comfortable.
No, it's going to be one of those games that it takes a wee while to break the deadlock, and as soon as we do it, we break it.
A couple. I think that was a problem against. I think if we broke deadlock against St Johnstone, we'd have scored a good couple. Matt Riley had 3 good chances, but look, I think we'll be okay.
I think if those chances fall to Kyogo, though. You know what I mean? We've broke it.
I don't know. He couldn't score.
Yeah, at first that one goal against Butland, I think he could score anything right on the volley. Thanks for that.
That was a good goal.
So, I think
FEYENOORD now.
Yes.
Do you have a striker? What's the word? They've got no strikers. They've got a problem. Their strikers are all injured. They're almost out.
Yeah.
But they've got no strikers.
So that's what I was going to touch
on. Put out there, they've got
no strikers. FEYENOORD in the Dutch League are currently, at the time of recording, obviously yet to play their weekend game. are 4th on 8 points. Some of the players that I think will feature: Calvin Stengs, winger, Quinton Timber,
Quentin Timbers.
Hanko.
Is Quentin Timber related to Gerard Timber?
Yeah, I think so.
His brother?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Hanko and their goalkeeper Biljot. Yeah.
Moroccan boy?
Yeah.
He played in the World Cup goalkeeper. Well, there you go, look, a World Cup goalkeeper, he played for Morocco in the World Cup.
No, was it no?
No.
No, it was the boy who was at Sevilla.
Is that his name, no?
No, that's not Biljot, that's... Morocco's goalkeeper wasn't that. Biljot's the PSV goalkeeper. I'm trying to think his name.
Morocco. He has Bruno? Yes, Bruno.
Aye, Biljot, no him. That's not him.
He plays in Saudi Arabia.
Aye, I know. That's not him.
Is it his brother or something?
No, it's no relation, mate. You've just butchered it.
I thought it was...
In the league, Drew
I said
first.
Moroccan guy and he said
I think he is Moroccan. I don't know if he's Moroccan or Dutch. I don't care. Biljot, I know. He's been around, I think, I'm sure. Biljot, Biljow.
Oh, Biljot. Yeah, he's Dutch.
Is he Dutch?
Yeah.
Aye, so.
Not a World Cup goalkeeper. So.
Drew first 2 games, won second 2 games, so they've won the last 2 games. I think definitely, as Jack says, we need to take something from this game. I don't think it's a debate. It's almost like, look, if we're going to do something, you need to do it.
These are the games that you need, like, FEYENOORD, and it's kind of crazy how FEYENOORD are the first seed, and we're saying, like, if you need to take any points against them away, FEYENOORD's the one. But I think FEYENOORD, the way it worked is we got a decent group. We came out on top. We didn't come out in one of the hardest groups, which I thought, I've seen that group of death with PSG and Newcastle. And
I think this game on Tuesday is going to be reliant on how we perform on Saturday as well, though.
Oh yeah, if we came out Saturday, we scored a good 4 or 5 goals. We've played well, we've played fast, we've played the way Brendan wants us to play. You go into FEYENOORD and you go in with a bit of ambition and a bit of speed.
So this is something as well I was talking about. Do you remember? I can only remember because I'm sad. Yeah, you can't remember.
I probably will.
So the last Champions League home game we won was against Ajax under Lennon in his first spell, 2-1 against Ajax. It was James Forrest who scored the penalty, and then Kyle who scored the ricocheted shot.
Yeah, I can remember.
Do you remember the last time we won away in the Champions League?
2006.
So the last time we've only ever won away in the Champions League group stages twice.
Was it Spartak Moscow?
No. So we bet Spartak Moscow, the Jack's on about under Lennon's spell as well. That was the year prior to the Ajax game. That was 3-2 and the goal scorers were Hooper,
Surprised I can remember
Forrest
that,
and Samaras.
Right.
So the last Champions League was in Brendan Rodgers' second season. 3-0 against Anderlecht. It was Lee Griffiths opened the scoring, Patrick Roberts and Scott Sinclair scored very late on. Look, our Champions League away forms hopeless. Our European away forms hopeless. Sorry, let me rephrase that altogether. Our European forms usually hopeless.
Our away forms hopeless.
I think it's going to take. We need a point. If you get 3, you take it. Obviously, you run with it. Take a point though.
Yeah, you take a point. Look, we're going to be out and we're going to be looking. And the thing I've said since the start, and this is where we're going to prove it. It's either going to prove it, and we're looking at absolutely. The style of play that Brendan Rodgers inherits in the Champions League, I think it will.
I did say it as well. I did say it. We watched the game together. Obviously, I still prefer Ange, and I was very bitter when Brendan came in. But after that win against Rangers, what did I say to you?
Yeah, all is forgiven.
Not all is forgiven. I'm lightening up to him now.
Look, come on, let's be honest.
He knows how to win.
He knows how to win games in general. For Ibrox, but
Ibrox is Brendan Rodgers' playing ground. We know that. It's like his playground. He loves it there. He shows up. He goes, Pedro Caixinha, no bother. I'll take 3 points. Who else they had?
Graham
Warburton. There you are. Graham Murray. Shake the hand. Stephen Gerrard. That's alright. No bother.
Pedro Caixinha.
Pedro Caixinha was that was a boy signed Morelos.
I know who Pedro Caixinha was, but I don't know if he was that.
It was those.
Yeah, again, couldn't make my dates in my memory. It's terrible.
It's great laughing. I'm buzzing. I'm just buzzing that Celtic are back. Brendan's Republican Army.
Celtic are back now already.
That's it. No, it's like realistically at the weekend we need to win against Dundee. I'm thinking you could win 3-0. It's going to take a wee while to open the deadlock. Luis Palma is going to start and be amazing. Abada as well apparently out.
Aye, so he, from what I heard, got injured in international duty.
Yeah, badly apparently injured in international duty, so he definitely won't be playing at the weekend.
And I don't know what the chat is, as per usual.
I think it's going to be probably...
It's hard to hear, we
just
don't know.
to take us up to what we on. Should we take us up to half an hour? Should we run through our predicted lineups and then that'll days?
Go for it.
And
Because
then
we're going out for dinner and we're going out.
Because we've not seen each other in a wee while.
We've not seen each other, so we're going out, so it's quite late now, it's 7:30, so by the time we get
what we'll do is we'll run through the lineups. It's been a nice short
Get us done,
episode.
yeah. Keep it
Welcome
short.
back.
Buzzing for the games.
Your predicted lineup when you go for Dundee.
Joe Hart,
Right.
Craig Taylor, Lagerbielk, Nat
Right.
Phillips. Oh, but then I think Liam Scales is. I don't think Liam Scales has done enough to be dropped.
But I think, right,
I think you would be trying players that you think would be playing Feyenoord. Right back we'll be playing Alistair Johnson, but he won't get a full game. Just he'll be 60 minutes or something. Same three as you. I think midfield Cam McGregor at the 6, Matt O'Reilly, Bernard.
Bernardo.
Bernard.
Bearham or whatever
I
it
don't
is.
even know his name. Bernard or Bernardo. Lewis Palmer, Kyogo, Dyson Maeda. Lewis Palmer off the right.
You know something we actually need to touch on before I give my team, that's just...
Oh.
There's a wee friend that we have that's just made his way to Stoke. We've not touched on.
Who's it Stoke? Patrick Dollars?
No. So, Soros went to... Soros decided he's going to join Bethlehem United, whatever it is. He's went to Bethlehem.
He's
Good luck. No, it's honestly...
I know. He's away in the nativity scene.
Soros off. Ajetti's away to Turkey, I want to say. I don't care.
Haksabanovic.
Stoke. Get out.
See you later.
Don't hit you, big man. Do you know what? I was sitting here, and when we I remember when we started this, I says, yeah, it's on loan. I sat here and I said in the first episode that we ever done of this, that I think Haksabanovic who plays the number 10 under Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, I think we all did.
And I was really, really excited, and he played 2 games and he came on, and you know what, he was doing stuff with the ball, maybe not beating a man, but he was doing more with a ball than we were expecting. Do you know what, I really want to say this, right? Haksabanovic is butchered at free sale, and see all the dafties that were liking his post, and Rocco Vata and Bernabe. He's ruined it and all. That's why Bernabe's not in the Champions League squad. Haksabanovic, see for your cheek, big man. You've been sent to Stoke.
I think. Look, I think he's been dealt quite a hard hand. He's not helped himself. He's made himself look an idiot.
But you see, when
he's been dealt quite a hard.
See, when you come to Celtic, you need to work hard in the background. That's why someone like James Forrest, I think, has been here such a long duration of time. And no, but you see that.
I heard James Forrest, right? I heard Ronaldo. He's got a poster of James Forrest in his bedroom.
I think these guys obviously.
Praise for the longevity of James Forrest.
I think guys like Stephen Welsh and James Forrest work hard in the background, and that's how they're still involved at Celtic Football Club. And obviously they meet.
James Forrest
and Stephen Welsh, I think.
Welsh.
I think they are, because they're not the best. Are you just playing your gearing?
I'm trying to get out.
I think they're definitely guys who work hard in the background, and we try and push forward and things like that. I can't see a way.
You need guys who are homegrown.
Yeah, I also do, but I think as well, a player will come in, and if you don't work hard and you don't give it all your all, there's no point. I remember Brendan Rodgers saying about Effie Ambrose was one of the best relationships he had at Celtic, because he worked hard and he wanted to learn.
He wanted to.
It wasn't the type of player for Brendan Rodgers, but he worked hard.
Yeah, I think Brendan Rodgers told Effie Ambrose, look, you're not going to have much time under me, and I think Effie Ambrose said, right, you know what, fair enough, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep.
Aye, and Brendan Rodgers like that. Haksabanovic has came in, he's been used for a wee bit, and it's not worked out for him. And I hope he enjoys his year loan in Stoke.
Which he'll end up being brilliant.
Because he's in the English Championship, so is Timo Pukki.
I know, but
good luck to Haksabanovic in the Championship. When he comes back, no doubt a team like Panathinaikos or Athens or something will snap him up, and he can then wave off, because let's be brutally honest, he's not done enough to in the background to prove that he needs it. I see what he done on the pitch when he was subbed on. Now we had the discussion.
Unless he was.
No, we had the discussion that when he was playing, that he'd done enough to start and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we watched him and went, he's starting and he's not doing enough when he's starting. He's maybe an impact sub and things like that. Something's happened in the background.
I just don't think it's worked out, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Look at it. Like one of my favourite Celtic players. Not favourite. I liked him. He was good, and I think he was a good addition. Who played well against us in years that we'd played him. Hatem El Hamid.
Abdul Hamid. Aye.
He came to Scotland. he was a decent enough player. He was.
But he started for a year and then he got homesick. That was his issue.
Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes people don't.
I think his attitude was just poor, Haksabanovic. That was my opinion.
Fair enough, that's fair.
So enjoy Stoke, and for your cheek, you'll be sent to Stoke. That's the banner.
An extra 5 minutes talking about Haksabanovic.
Right,
Anyway.
my team. In goals, Joe Hart, obviously. I think Joe Hart now is going to be your keeper for the rest of the year. He's got 12 months left in his contract. We're now obviously 8 into his last year. I think
then after that, there has to be someone who comes in that pushes the standard. If there's not, we may as well not bother. So Joe Hart in goals. Back four, I think Greg Taylor's going to start left back. Your two centre backs, Liam Scales, by the way, your match at Ibrox will never ever be forgotten, and I'd like to see you in games like this against Dundee at home because you deserve these minutes. You do.
But Nat Phillips needs to get minutes.
I think with the thing is with the big game coming up, I know they've got no strikers, but we still need to have a solid back line.
So
I love you, Liam Scales, but at the end of the day,
Lagerbielke, Nat Phillips.
I've actually played Liam Scales over Lagerbielke actually.
No, because you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. So we need Lagerbielke and Nat Phillips need to try and get some 90 minutes under the belt before they do it in Holland. So that's it. Right back, Alistair Johnson. I disagree with you with the 60 minutes. I think you need to try and get 80 minutes out of him.
Oh, more. I
think you need to push Alistair Johnson now because he's so vital to this team. If you don't get a full 90 out of him, that's fine. Anthony Ralston come on, or even Liam Scales. Put Liam Scales at right back for 10 minutes. Give it a go. He can play anywhere across the back four apparently. Midfield three, as I touched on earlier in the episode, McGregor, Bernardo and O'Reilly. I don't think you'll get a full 90 out of Bernardo. I think Rio Hatate will come in. You get a guy like there, David Turnbull as well, who played not the worst at Ibrox, but he played good 60-70 minutes. And you've still got Thiago Holm, who I was really impressed with when he came on Ibrox. So Thiago Holm, I think, as well. You've got 6 centre mids there that I've just named, all good. There's two, we're in a strong position. So we've got 6 strong centre mids. And that's the good thing. 6 strong players. You don't need to play Cal McGregor every game. You can rest him now. Front three. Front three. I think Kyogo's obviously going to lead the line. That is nailed on. I think get Kyogo as much minutes as he can. Him and Maida got minutes for Japan as well. Touching on it, I think Kyogo got a full 90 against for Japan.
Never scored though. They won 4-1,
4-2 or something.
4-1, 4-1 against Germany. 4-2 against.
Brilliant, by the way, for Japan against Germany.
4-2 against. As you remember, Turkey.
Left wing, Luis Palma. I think it's time to get him in, get him minutes. I think that it's quite. Do you know what? It's good. Get him going, get him running. And on the right wing, Yang. I want to give Yang. Give Yang a go. Give Yang a go. This is a sort of team that you can maybe try and grab his first goal against a Celtic Park crowd. I can understand totally if Maida plays in the right, but you've got a fully fledged right winger there. He's played well for the first how many other games he's played. Give him a run.
Why does this get sent? Do I go over
Go, we've got a few minutes. Go.
I've seen sent something by a Rangers fan about the Japanese players hating the South Korean players and the South Korean players hating the Jap. What are they talking about? What are they spreading? Apparently the Japanese boys hate the South Koreans and the South Koreans hate the Japanese boys. What a load of rubbish.
Aye, but they all just put rubbish, don't they? It's like as much as me and Jack are literally two down to earth fans, right? We have full time jobs, and I don't know how people get the time of day to make up this rubbish.
I know. Busy men.
But we're back. Brendan's Republican Army will be back. Can't wait for it. I don't even know.
Jota will be back.
Hopefully. Much as he's been left out his squad in Saudi Arabia.
Him, he's done. He's left out. He's in darkness, and he's not. They're not. Nobody's coming from.
I'd love to sit in my backside for 190 grand a week though and not get taxed for it, so I wouldn't complain. Anyway, 37 minutes, we're off for our din-dins. Right, question of the week is one for TikTok, so you can clip it and you can put it up. Nice quick question of the week. FEYENOORD game coming up. We're going to put this out probably on the Saturday or the Sunday. FEYENOORD game coming up. What's your score prediction? Your score prediction for FEYENOORD?
1-0 Celtic.
I'm going to go... Nah, we're too suspect. I don't trust Lagerbielke. 2-1. 2-1, and that's with my heart. I'm saying 2-1.
Okay.
Anyway, that's us.
Thank you very much for watching.
Full time on this episode, and we'll see you next Wednesday with everything about the Dundee game and the FEYENOORD game.
Thank you very much.
Hail, hail, guys.
Bye bye.